Show me life, show me love. Make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love. Show me life, show me love. Make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love. This is all we got. Show me life, show me love. This is all we got. Show me love, show me love. This is all we got. Show me love, show me love.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my beautiful people, wherever you're tuning in from. So happy to have you here. We're on our season finale of season 3. I can't believe we're here. We made it. What a special season. Speaking about manifestation, teaching you the art of manifestation from many different angles, many different teachers. I've been so excited throughout this whole season, really, to share with you things that I've been studying and learning for the past 20 years. I love your feedback. Thank you for all your emails letting me know how it's been part of your journey, how it's been affecting your life. You know, if it's Napoleon Hill stories, if it's Abraham Hicks, if it's Neville Goddard, of course, Dr. Dyer and Joe Dispenza that brought us into the science of things. And today we are honoring one of my favorite teachers, Deepak Chopra. Dr. Chopra is an incredible renowned, physician by education, but also have been known as the guru of the new age because he really has been brought us to understand the mind body connection, I think, more than anyone else and on a whole new level. So I'm excited to speak about his teachings. Today, we're going to touch a little bit about synchronicities and synchrodestiny and what does that mean in our manifesting process. How can we use it? But first and foremost, I need you to say hi in the live chat. Let us know that you're here. Let us know where you're from. I always love to know it. Hello. Can't wait. Same here. I'm excited. I'm excited to have you guys here. Hello, beautiful. Thank you for being here. Today I couldn't think of a better person to, have as a guest to speak about the work of Dr. Chopra. But Dr. Chopra, I am beyond humbled and truly so excited to have a world-renowned professor of medicine in Harvard Medical School, a teacher, an educator, an author. He just told me that he's called Dr. Happy in New Zealand, which I love that. He really truly speaks a lot, write lectures, keynotes about happiness, about well-being, about living healthy. He has so many different books that he wrote about those subjects, and today we're going to hear from him speaking about purpose, about this manifestation journey that we're all on, is important to understand that can only happen if we are aligned, inner and outer. You guys, I always speak to you about that. So I'm excited to have him share his wisdom with us. And as a gift to you guys, stay tuned. I got a manifestation meditation for you guys that I've recorded, a beautiful new meditation. So we're going to get into that. We're going to talk a little bit about Deepak Chopra, of course, and his book and what does synchrodestiny and synchronicity means. I got slides for you. I got quotes from you for you like every other episode. But I don't want to waste any time because we have this brilliant man with us today on the show just for about 30 to 40 minutes. So I'm going to take advantage of it as much as I can. I'm still really excited to know that he gives us, you know what I always tell you when I end the show? Thank you for giving me the one commodity that you can never get back, which is your time. And Dr. Chopra has decided to share that with me and with all of you today. And I'm so humbled that, you know, he saw fit to give his brilliance to the show and support Inspirational Beauty. So, you know, without any further ado, let me bring onto the stage Dr. Sanjiv Chopra.
Thank you so
Good, good.
much, Lulu. I'm honored.
Thank you.
Uh,
Honor is all mine. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. Let me see. Some people are already in the chat excited about you being here. So happy to have you here. Oh my God, the last episode. Hello from Israel. We got people from Israel. I know we got people tuning in from Australia, from Canada. So everybody's here to hear you, Dr. Sanjib. So thank you so much for being here. Um, why don't you share with me a little bit about, you know, we spoke about before about happiness, about purpose, about living a healthy life, and we spoke about how it's all connected into really manifesting and manifesting our heart desires. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that? Sorry.
Albert Schweitzer, Nobel laureate, physician, theologian, humanitarian, he once said, "Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success."
Yes.
We all think if we buy a brand new luxury car, move into a mansion, join a country club, we'll be happy. And the reality is, yes, you will be happy, but it's short lived. 6 months later, a year later, it's a car, it's a house, it's a club you go to play golf and maybe entertain friends. And you get back to your original level of happiness. And this phenomenon is called hedonic adaptation. It's like we are on the hedonic treadmill all the
Mm,
time. So, in contrast, if you're happy, you have a better immune system, you have better social connections with friends, you sleep better, you're more creative. So, what are the keys to happiness? I've written about this, I've written a book about this. I'm fortunate to give keynotes around the country, abroad.
yes.
And I've come to the conclusion that there are four things we do to have lots of happiness. And the first one is having a cadre of good friends.
Yes.
Your friends are your chosen family. I got very lucky. Amazing parents and my one and only brother, Deepak. He's been an inspiration to me from childhood. But I had no choice. I was born into that family. But you can choose your friends, hence the term chosen family.
Mhm.
Robert Louis Stevenson said, "A friend is a gift you give to yourself."
Yes.
Carl once said, "Friendship is a sweet responsibility, never an opportunity."
Mm,
Known best-selling author said, "You are the average of the five people you spend the most time with." So we have to choose our friends carefully. Now, the longest standing study on adult happiness, I think some of the listeners, if they're not familiar, will be surprised to hear this, has gone on for more than 85 years. What study goes on for 85 years? Funding
mm,
disappears, principal investigators die, people drop out, people die. So, a year after Hitler's troops marched into Austria, 750 21-year-olds in Boston were recruited into this study. 250 went to Harvard. The other 500 were from very poor, dysfunctional families. Off they went to the war, came back, re entered the study. Every year, detailed questionnaires, annual physical examinations, blood tests, functional MRIs. Some years ago, 19 was still alive, aged 91 years of age. Now, a cohort of their children are being followed, 2,000. It's part of a new study. And who was in that study? What became of them? Doctors, lawyers, teachers, accountants, business people. Some tragically died of suicide, some went to drugs. One of them became our president. John F. Kennedy was in that study. And there are hundreds of publications, there are books and TED Talks about this. And one of the major conclusions is your happiness, your satisfaction, relationship with friends is one of the strongest predictors of health, happiness, and longevity 3 decades later. Better than your EKG, better than your blood pressure, better than your cholesterol. So we celebrate everything small or big with our friends.
It's beautiful.
Having a cup of coffee or going out for dinner, or seeing a play, going to. So that's number one, friends. The second one is the ability to forgive.
Mm,
Anyone listening, if you're holding bitterness or rancor against a friend, a colleague, a sibling, a parent, a teacher, a neighbor, an ex, my plea to you, get rid of it. And the
yes,
moment you make the decision, even before you do it, you say, okay, I'm going to forgive that person. You'll start to feel this enormous weight come off your shoulders.
right.
Mandela, 27 years in prison, hard to fathom. When he's released, Mr. Mandela, do you harbor resentment against your prisoners? He said, no. I have no bitterness, I have no resentment. Resentment is like drinking poison and then
That's right.
hope it will kill your enemies.
That's right.
Right? It'll only kill you. Louis Medis, a theologian, once said, to forgive is to set a prisoner free and discover
Mm,
the prisoner was you.
mm. I
How
love that.
right? So beautiful.
So
So,
beautiful. You know, I did an episode about forgiveness too, and I used a lot of the analogy that Dr. Dyer always shares about the snake bite. Are you familiar with that? That that a snake bite is not what kills you. It's the venom that stays in the body. That's
yeah,
really what kills us, which is the same thing with forgiveness. You know, the act of what happened is not really what's going to create the disease or the anger. It's us holding resentment and not forgiving is what's going to lead us into this bitterness.
so beautiful. It's not easy to do, but can be done. So,
Absolutely.
first one is friends, second is forgiveness. The third one I've derived from a quote by Albert Schweitzer, who once said, I don't know what your destiny will be, but one thing I'm certain of, the ones amongst you who will be truly happy are those who have sought and found how to serve.
Mm,
This whole concept of servant leadership now, you know, so I've distilled it into 3 F's: friends, forgiveness, for others. 3 F's. But the fourth one begins with G, and we all know what it is. It's gratitude.
yes.
Gratitude, live with abundance. There's a wonderful author, Robert Emmons, considered one of the fathers of modern positive psychology. He's published a little paperback book called Thanks: How the New Science of Gratitude Can Make You Happier. And he large study, randomized. He took a large group of people, and half of them, he said, for the next 6 weeks, at the end of the day, jot down 3 things you did.
Mm,
And the other half, write down 3 things you're grateful for. And the ones who expressed gratitude at the end of 6 weeks, their happiness quotient went through the roof, right?
beautiful.
So we all know about IQ. In recent years, people have said no, more important than IQ is EQ, emotional quotient. I would maintain that the most important Q is HQ, your happiness quotient. So, friends, forgiveness for others, and gratitude. There's a wonderful
Beautiful.
anonymous saying: if you don't speak the language of gratitude, you'll never be on speaking terms.
You
So, very
never be on speaking what? I'm sorry, you were muted.
be on speaking terms with happiness.
Yes.
Don't live with gratitude. So, a very simple thing is for all of us to have a gratitude journal. And
Yes.
then every Sunday, as you're looking at what's in store for you the next week, you look back at the 7 days that went by and say, oh my God, these are the 4 things I'm grateful that happened to me. It takes 1 minute and your
True.
gratitude goes through the roof.
Yes.
But happiness is more than the sum total of happy moments. And for you and me to be happy most of the time, we have to find our purpose in life and live it.
Yes.
Right? Purpose. Mark Twain famously said the 2 most important days in your life are the day you're born and the day you
We
find
will
out
find out.
why
Yes.
you're born. What's your purpose? Now, we can all find our purpose. Sometimes you reflect on it, it'll come. Sometimes you witness something horrific, and the person witnessing it has the fortitude, the grit, the compassion, and the love to say, unacceptable. I'm going to try and make a little dent in it. And they start doing it. And you know what? 50 years later, they're still doing it.
That's
One of
right.
the most inspirational people in my life, and I consider him a dear friend, a mentor, from the country Colombia, Jaime Aramillo. He's
Mhm.
20 years of age. He's now 70. At 20 years of age, he's standing at a street corner in Bogota. And across the street, there's a sewer. And these orphans live in the sewer together with human waste.
Mm.
7-year-old beautiful girl emerges, smiling at him. Now he's convinced, I'm going to help these kids. As they're having this interchange, a car comes around the corner, stops in the middle of the street, window rolls down. Somebody tosses a toy, the car recedes. Yellow school bus, Fisher Price toy. This girl has never possessed a toy. She comes running to the middle of the street, picks up the toy. She's looking at Jaime Aramillo, beaming with joy. And tragically, as they're having this interchange, a speeding truck comes around the corner and kills her.
Mm.
And he says to himself, this is it. This is my calling in life. I'm going to help these kids. He has adopted, house schooled, and fed 100,000 orphans.
Wow.
So he's a national hero. So his name is
That's
Papa
awesome.
Jaime. I said, Papa, I met him 25 years ago at a leadership course in Kellogg, Illinois. And I said, Papa, how many staff do you have? How do you pay for it? Sanjiv, 150 staff. I have a bakery. The only thing we make is cookies. I've convinced all the restaurants in Medellin, Bogota to have a cookie jar next to the cash register. As people are leaving, there's a shoe box with a slit. They grab a cookie or two, they drop 50 cents, a dollar. I get 50% of my needs that way. I said, Papa, that's great. What about the other 50%?
Right.
I'm a motivational speaker. I speak all over Latin America. I plow my honorarium into the foundation. I said, Papa, that doesn't matter. I know what motivational speakers get. He smiled. He says, Sanjeev, you're right. Every time I need money out of the blue, somebody helps me. He says, 3 weeks ago, I needed 41,000 US dollars to pay my bills. I go to 3 banks, they turn me down. Papa, you already got loans with us. In fact, at such a low rate, please don't tell anyone, but we can't give you more loans. So he's
Mm.
coming to his office, and there's a street woman. She crosses the street, gives him a hug. Papa Jaime. And he says, come to the office. Are you hungry? So she's sitting in the office having cookies and drinking coffee. He's on the phone calling 3 other bankers, and she can tell that he's being turned on. She looks at him, smiles, says, Papa, how much money do you need? Sanjeev, I told her I need 41,000 US dollars. She looks at him, smiles, and says, Papa, I give it to you. He said, Sanjeev, I said to myself, she's cuckoo, street woman. She opened her purse, she had $60,000. Her son had given her the money. She had to go to a bank, deposit it, sign a piece of paper, move into her house. She said, I've saved some other money. The weather's good. I can move later. You need it now. Your children need it now. Take it. No questions asked. You can return it if you want, when you want. So that
Incredible.
happens to me all the time.
That's synchronicity and synchrodestinies, right?
Right, Synchrodestiny, right? Now, his orphans have grown up to become school teachers, accountants, the junior national champion of Colombia in tennis, one of his orphans. They've become surgeons, neurosurgeons, computer
Beautiful.
scientists, and many of them are giving back to the foundation. He was very good friends with Mother Teresa, and they were both nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize, and she got it. He's received many other prizes. And he used to go to Calcutta and he would do acupuncture on the nuns. And one day, Mother Teresa says, next door is a leper colony. There are 10 lepers. Can you do acupuncture on them? He said, sure. She said, we'll give you a whole double gloves. He says, no, I don't do it like that. The first leper comes, 28 years of age, open sores from leprosy. And he steps up and gives her a warm hug for a minute. 28-year-old. She's never been touched by a human being. She is sobbing. Then he does the acupuncture. 9 days later, Mother Teresa calls him. Said, Papa, what were you doing? So what do you mean, what was I doing? I did acupuncture. I gave them unconditional love. She said, all their sores have healed.
Mm.
They are leaving the leper colony. I said, Papa, you were doing God's work, Christ's work? No, Sanjiv, I have a chemistry degree. I know about biochemistry. When you give unconditional love, it stimulates the insula, the amygdala, and the brain, and
Yes.
it helps the immune system. They cured themselves.
Incredible.
So he
That's
found
incredible.
his purpose in life at age 20. And I know many people like that, fortunate who found their purpose, and they are the happiest people on this planet. So,
Yeah.
friends, for others, gratitude, but to have enduring happiness, we have to find our purpose and live.
And and I wanna mention something about that because for me, my purpose also came through trauma.
Yeah.
Because of my father's accident, my father had a really bad accident when I was about 5.5 years old, 3 months in a coma, a year in rehabilitation center. He came back a different man, very verbally abusive, brain damage. So I didn't know how to cope. None of us did, but makeup was an outlet for me, and that's how I kind of started just becoming living this life of it gave me an out, and it gave me a space, and it also gave me my connection with my mom. And my mom always made sure to give me the time to spend with her while I'm doing the makeup and teach me about how beautiful we are on the inside, and how important, like, you're not pretty here if you're not pretty in here. So I
So,
found my purpose through trauma as well. So I felt your stories. I was very moved by it. That was incredible to hear. And I know you somewhat found your purpose through trauma, right? Tell us a little bit about that.
you know, uh, Rumi, the Sufi mystic, once said, "The wound is where the light enters you."
Yes.
How beautiful is that? The wound is
Mm,
where the Saint
beautiful.
Francis of Assisi said, "For it is in the giving that we receive."
Mm.
My favorite quote of his is, "Preach the gospel at all times. If necessary, use words." So there's a story of Gandhi. He's sitting in his ashram, and this mother walks 8 miles in the dust and the heat with her 12-year-old son. She says, "Gandhiji, look at my son. He's gained a lot of weight. He eats a lot of sugar. Would you please tell him not to eat sugar? It's not good for him. He adores you. He worships you. He'll do anything for you. He doesn't listen to me." So Gandhi looks at the boy and the mother and says, "Come back in a week." So off they go. A week later, they walk again 8 miles in the dust and the heat. And Gandhi ji says to the boy, "Son, don't eat sugar. It's not good for your health." And the boy says, "Gandhi ji, from this moment onwards, I have given up sugar." And he leaves the room. The mother stays behind and she says, "Gandhi ji, thank you for saying that to my son. But can I ask you a question?" He says, "Sure." "We were here a week ago. You could have said the same thing to my son then." And Gandhi ji whispers into her ear, "At that time, I had not given up sugar." Right? It's not do
Yeah,
as it's do as I do.
exactly, exactly. I
The,
love that. I love.
the title of my book on leadership is called Leadership by Example: The 10 Key Principles of All Great Leaders. But the other way for us to be happy is to find our dharma. Dharma is a Sanskrit word which incorporates moral compass, authenticity, truth, vocation.
Mm,
I was very fortunate to find my dharma at age 12. So I'm studying in St. Columbus High School in New Delhi, arguably the best all boys school in all of India, Irish Christian brothers, staying with my uncle and aunt, my dad's younger brother. My father, a brilliant physician, cardiologist, professor of medicine, was posted 305 miles away. They wanted us to finish our schooling at this great school. So Deepak and I are studying there. And on a warm, sultry weekend, I play a cricket match. And Sunday evening around 7, I'm reading something. We're going to have dinner at 8, 8:30 with my uncle and aunt, Deepak and I. And I put it down. I'm not feeling well. I take a 30-minute nap and I wake up and I'm terrified. I open my eyes. I'm blind. I can't see. Everything is dark. So I nudged Deepak. I said, "Deepak, I can't see." He must have done visual threat and reckoned I wasn't faking it. He started to cry. I have one brother, he's turned blind. My uncle takes me to the military hospital, and the doctors are talking and examining me, and I can hear them. They don't have foggiest idea. I hear one of them saying, maybe it's hysterical. You know, if you're faking it, you come from the side
Right.
and you'll see it and you'll blink. Finally, they get hold of my father, 305 miles away. This is 1961 in an army jeep, long distance phone call. And very calmly, he says, tell me everything that's happened to Sanjiv in the last 2 months. He said, he's been fine. No. Any injuries, accidents, meds? Oh, yeah, yeah. He had a laceration to his right leg with a sharp object, taken to the emergency room, got stitches. Did he get an antibiotic? So they looked, mentioned it. He said, did he get a tetanus shot? And very proudly they said yes. And my father asked one more question. What kind? There are two kinds: anti-tetanus serum, ATS, or anti-tetanus toxoid, ATT. And they looked and they said, anti-tetanus serum is what he was given. I don't know how my father divined it. He said, Sanjeev is having a rare idiosyncratic reaction to the anti-tetanus serum. It occurs 1 in 200,000. He has severe bilateral optic neuritis, localized form of serum sickness. His optic nerves are ready to burst. Start an intravenous. Give him massive doses of corticosteroids. And that was done, and about 14 hours later, my vision returned.
Incredible.
I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to be a healer like my father. So Deepak and I wrote this book, Brotherhood, Dharma, Destiny, and the American Dream. It became a national bestseller.
Yes.
And he wrote 12 chapters, I wrote 12, they alternate. We have stories about our life in India, our life in the United States. And one of the chapters I wrote is Blind for a Day. I've
Mm.
told the story to professors of ophthalmology at Harvard, Duke, UCLA, Hopkins, Mayo, Stanford, and they go, what? How did your father even know this? Had he not intervened, Sanjeev, you would have been blind or visually impaired for the rest of your life. So I found my dharma that way. Now, dharma can also change. And there's a beautiful true story. 1961, the Indian government has gone all over India inoculating people against smallpox. There are a whole bunch of holdouts. And there's a uneducated farmer in a poor village. He has a small farm. Lakshman Singh, his wife, two kids. And he says, you cannot inoculate me or my family. God ordains who will be diseased, who will be healthy.
Mm.
So they're stymied and they discuss it at night and they say, you know what? We can't let this guy prevent our program. And we're going to go tomorrow to his hut at 6 in the morning. We're going to take the police with us. If he resists, we'll forcibly inoculate him. So they go at 6 in the morning, and again he says, you cannot inoculate me or my family. God ordains who will be disease healthy. So the police pin him to the ground, rip his shirt, they jab him with needles. His wife is screaming, kids are screaming. They're all inoculated. The whole village, small, is
Yeah.
awake, watching the scene. So he turns to the team that inoculated him. He says, please sit down. He turns to his wife and he says, make tea for them. And he goes to the back of his hut and he picks radishes, cucumbers, washes them, cleans them, and serves them. And they go, oh my God, what are you doing? We invaded your hut and forcibly inoculated you, and now you're treating us like royalty.
Right.
And he says, I believe God ordains who will be diseased, who will be healthy. I upheld my dharma. You obviously believed it was your dharma to forcibly inoculate me and my family. Now it is over, and you're guests in my home.
Wow.
And this is the least I can offer to you.
That's incredible.
True story.
That's incredible. We need more stories like that nowadays, right? No, I highly doubt anybody's gonna have anybody as a guest after they forced them to do a COVID shot.
Yeah. Anyway,
Um, but I wanted to ask you if you want to give us maybe a couple of examples of some synchronicities that happened that kind of on your path, maybe that showed you that you need to move from Jersey to Boston, or that you need to be, because I know you specialize in liver, or something about a specific book that led you to write it. Like just fun, different synchronicities that you want to share with us about how you manifested things.
father, my grandparents, my uncles, my brother, my wife have been amazing, inspirational people in my life.
Hmm.
And many of them, particularly my grandfather, my two of my uncles and my father were amazing storytellers. You know,
Yes, are you?
Steve Jobs. So I think I inherited, luckily.
Of course, absolutely. You should see the comments. Everybody's keep saying how incredible it is to listen to you. Your stories are incredible. They're so honored to hear your wisdom. Everybody's loving it. So we're enjoying this.
Steve Jobs once said, "The most powerful people in the world are storytellers." It's hardwired in our DNA. You
Yes.
go see in an old cave painting, 5,000 years ago, little etched painting, and it's a grandfather sitting surrounded by three grandkids telling stories. His daughter in law is cooking the food, his son is chopping the wood. Storytelling.
Yes.
So, one of the books I've written is called Ignite the Fire Within, Master Your Speaking and Writing, with a friend of mine, Rick Nahara, that I met at a leadership course in Puerto Vallarta to 100 inspired Latina women. So
Wow.
and we became friends. He said, I want to work with you. He's a award-winning producer, actor, director in LA. And so when COVID hit and we're all grounded and so much free time, I said, okay, Rick, let's write the book. And one of the things I write in that book is how to give a good TED talk. What
Mm.
principles of good public speaking? And one of them is that, you know, your enthusiasm and your passion has to come through. And I say, use a pregnant pause. So if I say to you, adversity is a terrible thing to waste, and you're listening to it and absorbing it. But instead, if I say, adversity is a terrible thing to waste, see that pause?
Yes.
And people lean forward. So change the intonation and use the pregnant pause. I do it in all my medical talks as well. And it takes 1 second extra, but it's very powerful technique. Very powerful technique.
I need that book.
Deepak and I had a wonderful childhood. At age 7, we were in central India, Jabalpur. My father would get posted every 3 years, and we would pack up and join a new school. And so on my 7th birthday, I get a BB gun. And I'm a pretty good shot with catapult, bow and arrow, BB gun. So I have this cherry blossom shoe polish tin on a 5 foot pole, and I'm knocking it off. And Deepak comes and stands, puts his chin on top of the shoe polish can. I said, Deepak, what are you doing? He said, you never miss. Go ahead. You know, William Tell. So I shoot, I miss. It hits him in the chin,
Ooh.
bleeding. So he says, now we're going to go inside and tell mom, and our grandmother was staying with us, my dad's mother, that I tripped and a piece of barbed wire nicked my chin. That's why I'm bleeding. I said, Deepak, that's a lie. He said, listen, I'm the Hindu god Ram, and you're my younger brother Lakshman, and you have to listen to me. So we go home. My mother said, what happened? I said, yeah, he tripped, barbed wire. So she washes it, puts Dettol, puts a Band-Aid. My father comes home. We're all having dinner at 9 o'clock. What happened? Deepak doesn't even answer. He looks at me. So I have to repeat the lie. And 2 days later, there's a big swelling here. And my
Mm.
grandmother says to my father, you're supposed to be the most brilliant doctor in all of India. You have missed the diagnosis in your own son. He has a piece of foreign body lodged in there. Take him for an x-ray. So
Mm.
I go to the hospital. It was a weekend. And then the phone rings. Guess what? We found the pellet there. So they made the incision, removed it. So he has a little Kirk Douglas
Dimple.
like chin.
Right.
And I'm responsible for that.
Well, he's responsible because he pushed you to do it.
So, you know, when we did the tour for the book, the first event we did was in New York,
Mm.
97 Y, very famous old YMCA, 1,200
Yes.
audience. The week before, Sidney Poitier had written a book. He did one event in America. That was it. And the week after us, Martha Stewart. My two of my kids live in New York. Dad, you're doing 92nd Y. I said, oh, what's the big deal? Oh, no, no. Can we come? I said, of course. So Deepak and I signed about 500 copies of our book. And then we're sitting on stage with Jeff Pulver. He interviews us for an hour. Then he opens it up to the audience for an hour. And he says, Deepak, first question is for you. If you were sitting next to an enlightened person and could ask one question, what would it be? So I put my hand on Deepak's shoulder. I said, Deepak, go ahead. I'm ready for your question. I made people laugh. He's most.
Yeah, I love that. That's brilliant. Uh, you know, we all look up to the work that both of you do. Truly, you know, your brother is known in the mind-body connection. I love some of your books. I listen to a lot of your talks too. I actually have. Let me do this because I prepared a QR code for the audience for the two most important days. What an
Yeah,
incredible book. You guys can scan this QR code. It will take you to Dr. Sanjiv's website and it will take you to all his books. You can purchase the book. I highly, highly recommend reading this book. It really is one of the best books you're going to.
yeah.
Talking
Actually,
about
I,
manifestation and purpose.
I wrote this book with a colleague of mine, Gina Wild. She's a
Mm,
faculty dean for continuing medical education at Harvard Medical School. She was the associate dean for external communications. So a lot of work we did together. And um, then she came home, met my wife. She learned meditation from my wife, who's become a meditation teacher. She went to India, met my sister-in-laws, my family. So very good family friends. And one day I said, I give this talk, and every time, I'm humbled to get a standing ovation. But the first six questions of the moderator, Dr. Chopra, do you have a book on this? So why don't I write a book? Why don't you write it with me?
mm.
She started to cry. She said, when I was young, I made my goals in life. I was not going to be a secretary. I'd have a nice job. I'd have a nice office. I'd have a bookshelf. There'll be my favorite books, and there'll be a book I have written.
Wow.
Wrote the book with me, and it's done very well. Now she's writing a second book on buoyancy and how to be resilient. And she
Mm,
said, would you write it with me? I said, Gina, it'll be another book you wrote with Sanjiv. You got to write it on your own. I'll help
mm.
you with some quotes and suggestions. So she's completing the book this Friday.
Wow.
Come out sometime next year.
That's beautiful.
When I travel as a visiting prof and I meet all these amazing faculties, Stanford, hepatologists, GI people, I ask everyone the question. And I'm bringing this up because I want the audience to hear this.
Yes.
I ask everyone the question, have you written a book? Most of the time, right? The answer is no. Have you given a TED talk or a TEDx talk? No. Are you passionate about something? Yes. Everyone has some passion. So I say to them, you have a book in you. I come back from University of Washington, Seattle, where I spent 4 days as a visiting professor. And 10 months later, 2 out of the 8 liver doctors call me, Sanjiv, we've written a book.
Mm,
You planted the seed. And one
beautiful.
from Cyprus, brilliant. He went on a scholarship to Oxford and he wrote a book. It's got about 12 chapters. He works at the Veterans Administration. It's all about stories of his patients,
Mm,
grief, about anger, about jealousy, about suffering. I couldn't put the manuscript down. So beautifully
wow.
written. So everyone listening, you've got at least one book in you. Once you write the first book, the rest are easy.
Yes. Trust me, I'm working on mine for the last 2 years. Every time I come and then I reshape it and then I re-go and I get out of it and I come back to it.
I'll one small piece of advice:
Please.
give yourself an ultimatum. Deadlines are the most powerful motivators, right? Pick a birthday, ceremony, something special to you in the next 6 months and 9 months, and say, I'm going to finish the book by then. And then the other thing you do is, we tend to make lists of what we're going to do every day, right?
Right.
One, call so and so, go to the dry cleaner, this. And one of them is spend 20 minutes writing the book.
Yeah.
What do? We check off the other 7 things, we never get to the book.
Right.
So instead, there's a wonderful book by Brian Tracy. It's called Eat That Frog First.
Mm,
It means do the most
I-
uncomfortable. or the toughest thing first.
First, yes,
Then the easy things take care of themselves. So I
true.
do that. 30 minutes every day on the book.
Yes,
Before you know it, 40 minutes, 45 minutes. You
yes.
know, COVID happened. I was grounded at home for 16 months. Capacity is the state of mind. In 16 months, I wrote 4 books.
Ow,
4 years minimum. Three with colleagues and one on my own. And they're all,
incredible.
so because I followed that principle.
Yes. And actually this is the season finale, and after this I'm taking a break because I want to focus on my book and on the keynote that I was telling you I'm working on. So I'm excited to just give myself the time to, step away from one project and focus on another one. So thank you for that advice.
I'm going to bug you every month and say, tell me the progress.
I need that. Please do. That will help me. I need somebody to hold me accountable. Dr. Chopra, Dr. Sanjiv Chopra, you have been such a pleasure on this show. All your wisdom, all your stories, the happiness. Look how much we left. You really are Dr. Happy. So I want to say thank you. Of course, the audience, like I said, everybody's writing here. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for everything, everything. Everybody's like, ha ha ha. You made everybody laugh. You started our morning or our afternoon or our evening, wherever everybody's in the world, in such a good vibe and such a good energy. I
Do you
truly,
want to end with one very short story?
please,
So, John Lennon, the Beatle,
yes.
5 years of age, he goes to school, and the teacher gives the kids an assignment. Write down what you want to be when you grow up.
Mhm.
So he's got a piece of paper, he writes happy, and he hands it to the teacher. And the teacher says, John, you didn't understand the assignment. And he looks up at the teacher and he says, and you don't understand life.
Hmm.
5 years of age, his mother, every night when she tucked him into bed, said, John, when you grow up, I want you to be happy.
Beautiful.
I think the modern day philosophers are children. They have so much incredible wisdom. So, when
Yes.
I give my happiness talk, 2 most important days, reflections on lasting happiness, living with purpose, I see a lot of the people taking notes or taking a photograph with their iPhone. I said, no, no, you don't have to do that. Whoever's invited me will give you access to my PowerPoint presentation. Use it, modify it. You don't have to give me attribution. I call it copy left. But I do want to encourage you to ask your children, grandchildren, nieces, grandnieces, between 4 years, 3 years, and 15 years of age to complete the phrase, happiness is. And I get the most amazing responses. One of the deans at a college in Worcester, Massachusetts, Dr. Chopra, I went over your talk with my husband, but I took your cue, I asked my 5-year-old daughter, what is happiness? And my daughter immediately answered, Mommy, happiness is when the heart feels bigger. Wow, what a definition of a 5-year-old.
Beautiful.
My 2 years, 10 months old son of a surgeon at Harvard. I gave grand rounds. He said, come on, can we have coffee? So we met. He says, Sanjay, my son is 2 years and 10 months. I asked him, what makes you happy? He says, Daddy, I'm most happy when I'm sharing my toys with my friends.
One.
Right? You think they'll say birthday parties, sleepovers?
Right.
No, these kids have so much wisdom.
Very. So much. I know I have a 10-year-old that surprises me every single day with her wittiness. So thank you, Dr. Sanjiv, so much again. You are incredible. Keep shining your light. Keep being an inspirational, beautiful wisdom soul on this planet. Thank you for sharing stories about your brother as well. And we'll be in touch. I'm gonna hold you on to holding me accountable on my book.
All right. All the best, everyone. Be happy.
Many blessings. Bye bye.
Bye.
Oh, how beautiful was that? I am So good. This is, I think, the most I smiled in one episode ever, right? Like everybody here, I forgive me for not reading all your comments. I just wanted to keep listening and not interrupt Dr. Sanjiv. But thank you, wonderful, inspiring. Everybody's like happy. Thank you, Lily. Thank you, Joanne. Thank you, Marav. It really is such an incredible conversation. Uh, yeah, thank you, girl. I appreciate you. Yes, that book is coming soon. I'm gonna email Dr. Chopra to hold me accountable. So, yeah, incredible. Kids are so amazing, and all his stories about us being happy and just finding our purpose and finding our dharma, and the fact that our dharma can change, and just really following those synchronicities and synchrodestinies. We have some slides, we have quotes, we have so many things, but we only have like 15 minutes. So I want to get to that. I do want to give you guys the QR code to my manifestation meditation, just in case you decide to leave me because Dr. Chopra had left. Watch out. But I want you to have that too. So we spoke about, the importance of early morning and late night to kind of help reprogram our mind and our subconscious mind. So this is where you want to do it. It's 10 minutes, my beautiful people. Put it in, go to sleep at night, wake up in the morning while you're still stretching in bed, or I don't care if you're brushing your teeth, you can listen to it. Obviously, it's always good to at least once out of the two times a day or once a day when you do it, try to put the intention to it while you're listening, because there are things that you have to listen while I'm talking and repeat it to yourself so you can, see yourself from the end and have all these things and do all these things that we spoke about. It really is such a beautiful meditation, very calming, very relaxing. So scan this QR code, it will take you to my SoundCloud. There's other meditations there, but this is the one for manifestation. Um, let's see, you guys are blowing up the chat. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let me see. Lily says, you look amazing and so happy. Thank you. See, this is, if you haven't been here a lot of the season or you haven't got to see some of the episodes, I kept speaking about how in order to create the version of us that we see for ourselves, right? That future version of us that has to start in the present moment, we have to embody it, right? That's that inspirational beauty part that I always brought back, the outer beauty and the inner beauty, right? So we do the inner work, but we want to see it on the outside. So when we look in the mirror and we speak to ourselves, or we say mantras, or we journal, or we meditate, that's all great, but we also have to see a different version of ourselves doing things differently, like that version of us that we're trying to become. That version that we see for ourselves may be the TED talker, the speaker, wrote a book, had a show, successful in your business, reaching new highs in your business, your health, becoming healthier mentally, physically, whatever it is that you see for yourself. If you want to become that version, you have to start doing things now. So I told you guys, I'm going to try different things in, embodying that new version of me so I can see myself differently. Because every time I look in the mirror and I see the same person, it's a little hard to become a different version of you or a new version of you when you constantly see the same thing. I gave you guys a suggestion on using lipsticks and doing things like that. For me, lipstick color doesn't really do a difference because I always play with my makeup. But hair, you know me, you've seen me. If you follow me long enough, my hair always looks in my curls. The color might be different, as you can see now, which was a mistake, but I'm kind of learning to like it. It's a little bit more red over here. I'm becoming a little Ariel. So I just started playing with my hair more. My hair and my nails became my thing throughout this whole season that I started doing differently, because those are things that I usually don't change. And it's been helping. It's incredible to see how things are changing just from little things. I want to talk about synchronicities and synchrodestinies because it's important for you to understand those things when you do manifestation, when you work on your manifestation. And since I was so excited to bring in Dr. Chopra, I forgot to tell you that this is our season. I cannot not do that on the season finale. I had to bring it in. So what is synchrodestiny or synchronicities, right? They're really, let me bring, I have slides for you guys. Where are we? Where are we? Here we go. So synchronicity is a meaningful coincidence. I am going to bring myself up so you can see me while I read. And Dr. Deepak Chopra has a way that he speaks about synchrodestiny or synchronicity. He explains it as chrono. I think how he says chronos mean time. I wrote it in my notes. Chronos mean time. So synchronicity is basically things that are synchronized in time. He really speaks about it, how it's very similar to coincidences, coincidence, things that are happening, many things that are happening simultaneously at the same time. Now, I'm going to read a quick from the notes and then we can talk about it. If you guys see synchronicities in your life, symbols, numbers, different animals or message, that's the universe's way to tell you that you're on your way, that you're doing what you need to do in order to live your manifestation. And you know what else? I'm gonna bring myself real quick. What I love the most in and how you can recognize synchronicity, if we go back to episode 1 on the season, and we spoke about Abraham Hicks, and I taught you guys the 5 steps of the law of attraction, if you remember. Step 3 is synchronicities. When you start, because you are aligned, because you're happy, like Dr. Sanjiv said, because we follow our bliss and we're constantly in a present moment of good energies, focusing on what we want rather than what we're not wanting, we're throwing those frequencies into the universe, right? Remember, also with Dr. Joe Dispenza, electromagnetic, we're sending those to the universe and we're getting the feedback back. Step 3 is when synchronicities starts, because we start seeing our work. We start seeing how the universe really responds back to what we're sending out. And that's how we know we're on track. That's how we know we're aligned. That's the beauty of a synchronicity. It really is a sign that you're doing what you're supposed to do, that you're on the right track. Keep going. Synchrodestiny is step 4 in law of attraction. That's when really you stepped into it a little bit more, you got more profound, and now you're basically already building the path of your journey through those synchronicities. You follow them, right? You got like a nudge from the universe, and instead of fighting it or trying to control it, you allow it and you follow it. And then that nudge led to a phone call, and that phone call led into a meeting, and that meeting led into an opportunity, and boom, you manifested something that you wanted and you had no clue it will come from that nudge. That's the beauty of synchronicities and synchrodestinies. When we follow them and when we allow them to happen, that's when we know we really are in our manifested journey. So that's step 3 and step 4 for you. You know what? I'm gonna put myself in a circle. I think it'll be easier because there's not a lot of room on this slide. And here I am. Let's go. So synchronicity is a meaningful coincidence, event that appear unrelated yet feel deeply connected to your inner state of awareness. It's when life responds to you in symbolic and surprising ways. These moments are not random, they arise from the field of infinite possibilities. And that's probably one of my favorite ways when Deepak Chopra speaks about the infinite possibilities or the field of infinite potential. That's, this is what we spoke about when we spoke about in the Dr. Dyer episode about the source and intention, right? The field of intention. It's all the same. That's what I told you from day one. If you remember one thing from this whole season is that you manifest who you are, not what you want. And becoming who you are is through the work that we do. And all of those teachers that I shared with you throughout the whole season showing you different ways to connect to that deep part within you of, that helps you constantly reinvent yourself and become that version of you that you love and that you want to become. They show us that consciousness is shaping experience, not just effort or force. This is important for all you goal getters. This it's not always about working hard. Every time I gave you homework, it was a slide that I showed you. Don't work hard. It's not about working hard. It's about doing the work. So allow, flow, vibe. It's not just about working hard. You don't have to force anything. It will come. Synchronicities often appear when we are present, aligned, and open. When you align with life, life begins to speak back to you. Amen to that. Synchrodestiny goes a step further into your journey. It's the unfolding of your life path through a series of meaningful synchronicities. We just spoke about that. These moments gently guide you toward experiences, people, and opportunities. You hear the nudge, follow it, don't fight it. Instead of controlling the outcome, you co create with the intelligence of the universe. Your destiny reveals itself not through struggle, but through flow. There we go. Another emphasis on that. Your purpose is not something you chase, it is something you allow. And this is how manifestation and synchronicities look like in your manifestation journey. So, this is how it will appear. Inner intention is clear, clarity. This is why I stepped out of social media for a little while. I felt the noise. I couldn't take it anymore. I knew I needed clarity in order to manifest different things. And look what I manifested. Dr. Sanjiv Chopra on my show. So work on that clarity so your intention can be clear and you can focus on what you want. Your emotions are aligned with trust, openness, and curiosity. You're no longer forcing the how or when. I spoke about it, I think, in every episode. Let go of the details. Let go of the how. Don't worry about how it's going to happen. Just focus on what you want, trust, and do the work in order to align yourself with it. It's been an incredible season. I really hope that if you missed any episodes, go back to see them, because with those guidelines, with these teachers, with my homework that I gave you, I promise you, you will manifest all your heart's desires. By the way, I'm going on a break because I need a break, like I said to Dr. Chopra, to focus on my book. But guess what? I manifested on that break too. Vacation to the Dominican Republic. It's been my dream. I can't even tell you for how many years to go to the Dominican Republic. And then all of a sudden, things happen. Boom, a nudge, another nudge, an email. I followed it. And I'm going with my babies to the Dominican Republic. I swear, vacations, money, cars, but also happiness, beauty, love, relationship, health. All of those things you'll be able to manifest into your journey. Just do the work. They can show up as repeated signs or symbols, 1111, numbers, songs, animals, the right person appearing at the perfect moment, conversations that answer questions you never even spoke out loud. These are signals that your intention has entered the field of infinite intelligence. If you thought about a friend and they just called you all of a sudden out of nowhere, that's a synchronicity. If you said during, oh, I'm so in the mood for some vanilla ice cream. And the first thing you go into the store, you see vanilla ice cream on sale. Honey, get that vanilla ice cream and enjoy it. It's for you. That's synchronicity. How to use synchronicity in your manifesting journey. Set an intention, then release attachment to the outcome. Stay present. Synchronicity lives in the now, not in overthinking. I know that's right. Amen to that. Pay attention to what feels right, expensive, and energizing. When a synchronicity appears, respond with gratitude, not control. Absolutely. Don't forget to be grateful. Follow curiosity instead of fear. This is how destiny unfolds naturally. Manifestation becomes less about effort and more about listening, trusting, and allowing. Absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. I really had so many quotes in here, but I don't know if we have time for any of them. So I'm just going to do one right here. Chance favors the prepared mind. This can be converted into a simple equation. Opportunity plus preparedness equals good luck. So when a synchronicity appears in your life and you think you're just lucky or it's good luck, it's not, baby. It's opportunity that met you right when you were ready for it and prepared for it. Um, I'm going to close with an alignment between manifestation and outer beauty. I kind of feel like it's fitting, don't you, for closing this beautiful season? Wait, I have so many comments. Let me see what you guys are saying because I don't want to miss it. Uh, Let me see. Lily said, you got the best private motivator. For real, I know. Uh, Tal says he is so enlightened and so are you. Oh, thank you. Enlightened and lit up. So I guess. David says, thank you for the opportunity to listen to this smart man. You are so welcome. I'm grateful too. Wow, OMG, that was one of my best 45 minutes ever. Thank you for this opportunity to listen to this great man's wisdom. You are more than welcome. I'm so grateful I was able to bring him to us. You see it all the time. Synchronicities, good girl, then you're on a path. It was incredible. Thank you, Moran. I'm so happy you were here. Thank you, Joanne. Let me see. Milian Rodriguez said, oh, Millie, I'm so proud of you, Lulu-Lee. I enjoy your knowledge and humble love to all. Thank you, my beauty. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for your kind words. Let me see. Yael says, you practice what you preach and walk the talk, sis. You manifested Sanjiv Chopra on your show for 45 minutes. I know. Just so y'all know, as soon as we're done, start crying. I'm crying already. Thank you for this beautiful season. You are so welcome, my beautiful sister. Gratitude is something you just reminded me to let more of it in. Yes. So let me not cry and let me just remind you. When we try to manifest, you wake up in the morning and you are trying to be in presence, right? Put the intention out there, connect to the field of intention, relax into what you're doing. You're not forcing it. Same thing with our regiment. And, we wake up in the morning, we're not crazy. Some days are crazy, but most of the time we try to do it in relaxed mode, center ourselves, start with cleaning our skin or brushing our teeth. And everything has its time, everything has its movement, everything has its presence, right? We do that just like we want to do the manifestation work. We allow things, we're present, we put the intention. Then the synchronicity starts coming in and the work starts showing up, and we start seeing different things, just like when we do our makeup in our face. We put a little lipstick on, or we put a little brush, we did our hair in a way that we got dressed, we feel good. We don't force confidence, we feel confidence automatically. It's natural, and the natural response from outside is in alignment, right? It's all in harmony. We get a compliment, we get a smile, somebody might open the door, hold the door for us. Same thing with manifestation journey. When we do the work, when we put the intention, when we give it time, we put the makeup, we meditate, we do our hair, we journal. When we do, when we get dressed, gratitude. All these things, when you're in harmony, the universe will start speaking your language too. It will share those wisdom with you. You'll become in harmony with all the things that you want to, create. And that really is synchrodestiny. That's what will open the path for you to manifest all your heart's desires. So the next time you stand in front of the mirror, remind yourself, to do something different, to show yourself the intention, to love yourself enough, to be kind to yourself, to say something nice, because you remember that even out there, when you try to manifest a relationship, a healing journey, a love, or whatever, money, trips to Dominican Republic, take the time. Do what you need to do. Listen to this meditation that I created for you guys. I took the time to write it. I went to a professional studio to record it for you guys. I wanted to make sure it is going to be in the best quality for you guys. Scan that QR code, go to SoundCloud, use it. I gave you so many tools throughout this whole season, to do what you need. This is your homework. There is no homework today. Today is season finale. It's like Friday in school. No homework. This is the only homework, to press play and listen and manifest everything that you want for yourself. It's been an incredible experience to do this season with you guys, to share some of the things that I do on a regular basis, the things that really bring me so much joy and so much happiness, and allow me to flow into my journey in more ease. Because when we're in harmony, when we accept, we don't fight. We understand that life is happening for us, not to us. Things like an accident, things like breast cancer, things like, I don't know, a debt, everything can have a different meaning. And things in life are really the meaning that we give them. So give good meaning to things, give them a meaning of growth, give them a meaning of, excelling, give them a meaning of creation. You are co-creators of your reality with this beautiful universal wisdom. God, and God again got your back, here for you. Talk to him. I call it him. I told you, call it whatever you want. Source energy, universal wisdom. God to me is everything. So that's my power when I manifest. But you connect to what helps you manifest and just do the work. I'm wishing you an incredible holiday season. To all my Jewish and Israeli people, happy Hanukkah. To all my Christian people, Merry Christmas. I believe, I don't even know if there's a Muslim holiday. I think, is Kwanzaa coming? Is it Kwanzaa? If it is, blessings to you all. Anyone, my Hindu people, whatever you're celebrating on this beautiful holiday season, make sure you shine your light bright. Make sure you in tuned with the love that you have inside. And my kindness crew is always here. If I move them, all my pens are gonna fall. So you see them, my Care Bears. Be kind to one another. Share from your heart. If you have the choice between being happy or being mad, be happy. If you have the choice between being kind or being right, be kind. It will change your life, just like Dr. Sanjiv said. Forgiveness can do so much. Friends are a chosen family. Doing for others and gratitude can be a beautiful formula to a life well lived and to a manifested desires. It's been an incredible experience. Again, I'm so excited. I have no idea when we're going to come back. Maybe February, maybe March. I do need to focus on a few other things like my book and my keynote. So, if you're in the New York City area, there's going to be some events in January. If you're anywhere else, I'll be coming your way. Chat with Lulu-Lee. You know it. You know it. Let me put that real quick before we go. And please subscribe to the channel. I just want to say, we get over 10,000 views and engagements on all other platforms every month. I get the statistics into my email. So I'm so grateful and so excited. But I keep telling you about YouTube because I really want to grow the channel and I really want to grow our Inspirational Beauties community. So, don't even focus on how, why, where. Just come to the channel, subscribe, send it to other friends. It's not like Instagram. Oh, I don't want to have I don't want to follow so many people. It doesn't matter. Just subscribe to the channel. It's good. It's good content here, people. It's inspirational. No, for real. It's just, it fills me up to know that people receive value. That's what I'm here for. That's my purpose in life, to serve. So the more I can serve you, the better. And the more people are on the channel, that means the more people get value. So please share the channel with others, and chat with Lulu-Lee is our show email address. So if you have any suggestions to what you want to see on season 4 when it gets back, let me know. I told you I'm debating between relationships to maybe personal stories, but I have no clue, and I'm not forcing it, because just like this season came to me and I allowed it, I'm going to allow the 4th season to come to me as well. I love you guys. Thank you so much for always being here and for always sharing your wisdom and your love and your time with me. One commodity that you can never get back is your time, and you gave it to me again for 1 hour, 10 minutes. It's about to be 1 hour and 11 minutes, so I'm going to call it on a 1-1-1 alignment, synchronized alignment to do. I had Deepak's book too, but I didn't get the chance to talk to you about it. The spontaneous fulfillment of desire. People, read this book. It will change your life. It will change your life. Thank you again. I love you. Many blessings. I'll see you soon. And make sure you watch the reruns, because, inspiration doesn't expire, right? See you soon. Bye.
Show me life, show me love, make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love, show me life, show me love, make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Show me love, show me love.